What up, everybody? We are back with season 2 of Angie's World podcast. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Angie, aka Angie's World, and I have a special guest today by the name of
Fly Tie.
Fly Tie. What up, Fly Tie?
What's going on, Angie? Congrats on this podcast. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. You know, you're the first guest of season 2.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I feel special.
Yes, we are already in season 2. I'm so happy to be here. Season 1 was a blast. I was really nervous when I first started my podcast, but each episode, that I go through, it gets easier and easier and better. And so, what up, everybody? Like I said, I got Fly Tie in the building today. And you know what's dope about this, y'all? This is going to be a 2-part interview because Fly Tie got a hidden talent that y'all don't know about. So we're going to do part 2 where Fly Tie is going to be, showing y'all his hidden talent. So that's going to be a fun segment that we're going to do. What you say?
Let's stay tuned.
Yes, definitely stay tuned. So Fly Tie, my audience, they may or they may not know you or know who you are. So I'll just start off with how people may know you. All right. So they'll go to your Instagram and they'll be like, wow, he got all these followers and it says celebrity stylist in his bio. So tell us a little bit about, first tell us where you're from.
Hey, I'm from New York. I'm born
what part of New York?
Flatbush, Brooklyn.
All right, he's from Brooklyn. Brooklyn.
Born and raised. Was raised in a community of Caribbean neighborhood, but I ain't West Indian, But
you West Indian?
Nah, I'm not. But the area is not really like a fashionable kind of area, but everybody do got fashion in the West Indian way.
Oh, absolutely. Heck yeah. And Brooklyn, and I mean New York City, period, and especially Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like with the fashion. So before we get into, the celeb stylist and all that stuff, how did you get into styling and fashion?
First, I started with designing clothes in the beginning. When I was like 17, 18 when I started. And I used to always want to, dress like everybody else. And I always had a love for art before I even did fashion. I always liked to draw and try new things out. And one day I was bored in the house and I had some patches laying around the crib, which I wasn't intending on using. I just had patches laying around.
Yeah.
And then one time I had some studs or something, and I just wanted to experiment with some clothes in my crib. I started customizing pieces and stuff like that. And I used to do stuff for myself, and I just wanted to, one day I just went out and about to wherever I was going for that day. And I threw a whole outfit on that I customized from the jacket to the pants. And then people were stopping me in the street like, yo, who did that? Where you get that at?
Yeah.
And I told them that I did it. And after a while, I started doing more clothes like that. And then people started approaching me more and more as I was going out places. And then I started taking it serious. They was like, yo, you should sell this stuff. You should do more of this and that, blah, 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 blah. But I was young. Like, I didn't know nothing about fashion. I was a youngin'. So I just was like, let me take this serious, man. Then I wanted to meet some people. Like, this is around the time I think 106 & Park came out. They had like the music shows. And I met some people, I think around the time of the show, that was also doing fashion too. But they was more lit than me at the time. Like, they was making moves before me. So I was hanging around people that was doing it. I wound up looking at how they was moving. Then I wound up watching their moves, and I wound up doing my own thing. Because after a while, as you grow up, you don't really stay with the same people as you get older. So
absolutely.
So as I got older, I started using my own talent and how they was moving to my own skill level and how I got to network, and you know what I'm saying. But I started making my own clothing brand.
That's dope.
I started investing into myself at 19. I started buying my own sewing machine and stuff like that. Started, sewing and teaching myself how to sew through YouTube videos. Cause I didn't really go to school for nothing. It was like kind of self-taught and learning through YouTube.
Right. And so you had that raw talent,
Yeah,
and you
I'm a
just
fast learner. Like once I like something and I like study it and I do research on stuff, I pick up kind of fast, and that's how I learn how to, sew and do stuff.
So when you were like real young, did you have like were you always like attracted to fashion? Was that something that you were like
Well,
into?
I mean, it's in my blood. My father was the best dresser, in high school. So every time like my father have his old timers, Brownsville Day or get together with some of his friends from when he was younger, they will always tell me as his son, like, yo, your father was one of the best dressers back in high school. And then once they see how I dress in the new generation that they're not really tapped in with, they was like, yo, I see you dress up because your father, like you get it from your pops, even though you're
Yeah.
dressed like your pops, but your style is like you into how you look because your father was into that when he was younger.
And
So
he was always dapper and probably had you dressed to the T.
yeah, so it's crazy because the way I was dressing wasn't how he was dressing, but as I got older, I started dressing more like how my pops used to dress because I started appreciating the fashion that he was introducing me to. But when he was introducing me at 17 to it, I was like, I would never wear that. But it was fly. But
You
now
was
that I'm
just in a different age bracket, so it's
yeah,
kind of
but now
like
that
you
I'm
weren't involved.
older, I'm experimenting with old school fashion and new school because as you get into the industry, you got to know your history. So I took it more serious.
That's what's up. Who are some of your, I guess, inspirations in the fashion industry? Who do you look to? And it doesn't necessarily have to be, I mean, it could be old school like Chanel, it could be new school like, Kanye.
I mean, I wouldn't say I looked up to them because the same way my style changes, these artist styles change over time. You know what I'm saying? But growing up, I used to look at Nas, because he wear like the Timbs with the pants up. You know what I'm saying? They make like the the Carhartts look fly and all that.
Yes.
I looked at him. DMX with the Army fatigues.
Yep.
Who else I was looking at back then? ASAP Ferg with the gold teeth.
What about Raekwon?
I wasn't really too big on him. But the people that I looked up to, like who got me to do like the parts in my head and like the gold teeth, like Nas, cause I got a part in my head before I got High Fade from Nas, cause that was one of my favorite artists when I was in high school.
What about the 3 cuts in your eyebrows? Did you do that?
I did that when the girls used to go crazy over like B2K and Pretty Ricky. That's when I started doing that because I used to have braids. Like I got my cornrows because of Iverson. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Iverson, I played basketball, so Iverson was one of my biggest role models growing up because he had the tattoos and
the jerseys and the cornrows, and the girls was loving him.
Yeah, and he was also one of the first fashionistas in the NBA because his style was controversial. So
definitely, I feel like Dennis Rodman's was too, but in like
it was, but
going to the left kind of way.
Iverson took his to another level, and that's why I liked him because he didn't give a fuck. So like my brand was based on me not giving a fuck. That's why my brand was I called it Careless Mars, which basically means you don't care how people judge you because your style is on another planet. So that's why
I like that.
I call it Careless for I don't care, but my style was on another planet, so it's called Mars, Careless Mars.
Okay, so, love that.
So that was my brand at the time growing up.
That's lit. Yeah. So besides that, so I had a question, but then I forgot what I was gonna say. So going back into okay, so these were the people that you was looking up to and the styling, everything like that. So now 17 years old, people started noticing that you knew what you was doing with fashion, and then you kind of started networking and stuff later on into it. How did you I guess I want you to tell the people like how you kind of evolved into styling celebrities and I know you have different accolades. You probably had write-ups and stuff. Y'all got to check out this is his Instagram at the bottom of the screen. Make sure y'all check out Fly Tie because he is fly. Like if you look at his style, he's like colorful. You rock the minks and just the way you put things together is not everybody can do that. So you are on like a different level. So explain kind of how I guess you evolved into being Fly Tie.
Well, it's all about stepping out your comfort zone. You won't know how fly you could get if you don't try.
And speaking of which, I'm doing a photo shoot soon, and I told Ty, I'm like, I want you to style me. This is what it is. And you're really talented, because I was just like, I just told you kind of like my body type, and you knew right away the numbers are. You're like, oh, it's so and so, so and so. I'm like, yeah, that's my size. It's like, like everything. So that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Tell us some of the things that you've done and where they could check you out at. Like, who have you styled that people might know, or your favorite clients, or what is your favorite? Actually, let me ask you this. What is your kind of favorite, I guess, genre to do? Do you love to style for like video shoots, photo shoots? Do you like to runway style? Like, what is your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. I mean, it's all about the experience for me. I mean, I don't really, I'm not all starstruck into the celebrities I'm working with. It's all about the experience that I get to see for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like being on the runway, being like, dang, I'm on the runway. Like, you know what I'm saying? That impressed me more than the person I'm working with, honestly. Like, being behind the scenes in the showroom, like, dang, I'm in the showroom, like.
Right. Yeah, it's the business. It's the business part of it. That's sort of how I felt when I was like coming up and I had a press pass to be like backstage to, connect with, people that are doing the interview. And I'm like, I'm less starstruck with the famous people I'm meeting. I'm more hyped that I got a press pass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm behind, I'm in the back, seeing all the inner workings of how everything goes with the interviews and different things like that, That's the
best part about it,
Yeah.
Like when I got on New York Fashion Week, when I did pieces for a few celebrities and stuff. I worked with Solo Lucci. I did a vest for Tiger back in the days. I actually was working with Chief Keef at one point in time.
That's dope.
Who else I did a song with? Young Swag from Wildin' Out.
Do you do like collabs with them with the styling, or how does it work?
Like, it's pretty much just like a temporary thing, like where they might need a piece for an occasion. I just do it, but it wasn't like nothing like where we actually stay in. Like I'm working with, like not like I was a personal stylist. Like,
okay. I see.
I just did a piece for them, and we met up. Built a little relationship at the time, and then life moves on.
That's dope. So how do you like to work with your clients? Like, let's say you were to style me for a video shoot. Would you collab with the person and say like, all right, what is your style? Or do you kind of just be like, I'm gonna just set this whole thing up and you just sit there? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work?
I need to know what kind of event it's gonna be. What kind of event is it gonna be? Is it a red carpet event? Or are you looking for like cameras on you, or
right?
And then I gotta look at the kind of fit you are. Like, not everything's gonna look good on everybody's body. So I gotta look at the kind of body you have, and are you petite, are you big, or you
right?
You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I don't let you put on clothes that's gonna make you look big. I gotta put that's gonna make you look sexy when you big.
Right. Right, definitely.
So I just gotta like see the person and then fill out their personality. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about your swag reflects your personality.
Absolutely. What do you think about Missy Elliott's fashion style?
It fits her personality. It's loud, but she's loud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She's a loud person in her video, so her style got to be the same way.
Yeah.
Because if you loud and your style is dry, then people ain't gonna resonate with you. They're not gonna feel what you got going on.
Absolutely. And you want to know, like, talking back, about hip hop and stuff like that. I didn't realize it at the time, but when I got older, I realized how legendary Misa Hilton was. Mm-hmm. She's like one of my favorite stylists in hip hop, because all of these, the look that you see Little Kim on her album cover, Hardcore, that was Misa Hilton. Foxy Brown's album cover, she was styling both of them. She styled Mary J. Blige. A lot of like classic moments in hip hop that you see, like the fashion and the Little Kim, where she was like squatting down with her legs open with the drip on. That was like Misa Hilton with the colored wigs and everything like that.
She's still dope.
She's so dope. I'm like, wow. And she styled Puff, and I'm low-key thinking
they're doing it better than the guys. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And I personally, I think she was responsible for the Coogee Versace collab. Like, how Big used to dress and stuff. That was all Misa Hilton. So now that I'm older and I see like, who was responsible for a lot of those classic looks, I'm like, wow, it's usually the stylist and they don't get the credit.
Yeah, that's facts.
It's always like the model that gets the credit, or the rapper, or whoever is, you know what I'm saying, executing the look and the performance. They get the credit, but it's like, yo, respect the stylist too. Respect the fashionistas.
If it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be nobody.
All right, so let me ask you a question, Ty. Speaking of styling and fashion, right? What you think about hoochie daddy shorts? This whole craze. You never heard of this hoochie daddy shorts?
Nah.
You never heard of that, Ty?
Nah, I don't know. That's like a New York thing, because I don't hear that in New York.
No. It's this big thing on social media, and it's called hoochie daddy shorts. And supposedly, that's like this big fashion trend for the summer, and the guys are wearing it. It's like shorts above the knees, like a few inches above the knees. Let me get a picture for you real quick.
I'm too old school for that. I'm an 80s baby.
What's a respectable length for shorts for guys?
I mean, there's no respectable length. I mean, if it's above the knees, it's not really an issue. It's how tight it is above the knees. Because I can't be doing I can't be trying to you know what I'm saying, make certain moves and my pants rip.
All right, look. So here they got. Okay, wait.
And I hope there's no big people wearing those shorts.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm trying to see, because I just found a picture where it tells you like 5 inches above the knee hoochie daddy, 7 inches hoochie daddy conservative, 9 inches hoochie daddy starter pack, 11 inches shorts. This is supposed to be like the hoochie daddy kind of vibe.
Look at that. There's only white people wearing it.
No, but they got they got black guys too. Let me show you. Allegedly, look, hoochie daddy season.
Yeah, he a muscle builder. He's just trying to flex.
And they got hoochie daddy guys.
Some girls
out
like that
there.
shit. I don't know. No, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not only white guys. Allegedly, this is not allegedly. This is actually Gabrielle Union and Dwayne, her husband.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So this is the hoochie daddy vibes.
He don't surprise me though.
This is a little bit I can't. Yeah, thighs out on men. It's a little
his
bit
leg
too
is
much.
Looking like a bicep.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be hoochie daddy shorts.
I would never and my mother wear that. Never ever wear that.
Me personally, listen, for the ladies that like that, I'm not judging y'all, but me personally, it's a little too much, thigh on a man for me personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not,
that's too much. I'm slim anyway, so I still wouldn't wear that.
I actually did. You know what's so funny? If you search the hashtag hoochie daddy shorts on Instagram, you're gonna see guys of different weights and stuff, like weight classes, wearing it. And the chubby guys, I don't think it's the right fashion look for them.
The only way I'm wearing that is if I'm doing an ad for them and I'm getting paid.
So it's safe to say y'all not gonna see Fly Tie in any hoochie daddy shorts. It's safe to say that.
Getting sponsored with them or something. I don't have to be getting paid.
Word.
Can you model in this for me and we'll pay you? Like, sure, why not?
Exactly. Yo,
but
real
to go
quick.
Outside, hell no.
Yeah, nah, that's too much. But hey, maybe we will see Fly Tie next year in hoochie daddy.
That's a risk right now in this pandemic with people getting raped. That's a risk. Wearing those type of shorts in New York at this time and age.
Yo, we're going to get into the craziness in New York when we start talking about hot topics. Because I got to tell y'all, a couple weeks ago, Ty had me watching some crazy stuff on YouTube and about New York. Remember that day?
Yep. New York.
Yo, but it was crazy, but it was funny at the same time. But we'll get into that during hot topics. But anyway, before we get into this other question, because we're going to talk about Clubhouse next. So before we get into that, I just want to tell y'all real quick, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, y'all. YouTube.com/Angie's World. Please subscribe, because a lot of people be like, yo, I checked out your interview. I saw this, that, and the third. If y'all don't comment, if y'all don't subscribe, I don't know. So please subscribe. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Angie's World Podcast. All of my tags are going to be in the description. All the Ty's tags is going to be in the description. So make sure y'all lock in. Shout out to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Let me see what else. Apple, Spotify, Anchor, however y'all are tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get back into the show real quick. So, Fly Ty, tell me about Clubhouse. Tell me from the beginning. When did you join Clubhouse, and how did you hear about it?
I got on Clubhouse in December of 2020, and one of my ex co-workers who I used to do promotional sales with Comedy Club in New York, he had actually tried to get me to get on the app because he knew that I was known for like being a people person and going to networking events on a regular. So he kind of dragged me on the app. Like he told me, like, bro, make an account. I was like, what the hell is a Clubhouse? And I got on there. He dragged me into a private room to show me how to use the app, whatever. And I just looked in the hallways and I was like, I don't know none of these people. Like, and I looked at the titles and shit. I was like, I don't know. This is my kind of app. I think I went on there for like a day. I was in and out of rooms and I just stopped going on. Then I went on like another day. Then I think I found out I could make my own room. I made my own room. Had some of my actual real friends in real life, going to some rooms with me, and we started creating our own little space. Then I started slowly learning how to use the app and going to other people's spaces, and I started going into the Industry Connect room, which is like the biggest room at the time for networking on the app. Build a relationship with D. Castro, who had the #1 networking room on Clubhouse at the time, and then he gave me the spotlight in his room. Then people started looking at me because they seen what I do, and then. I started building my following mad fast from there,
Yo, it's so crazy because you've been on Clubhouse for like 2 years like me, and I just met you this year, like probably like a couple months ago. So I guess we were in like different rooms.
Yeah, but that's the start of how I started blowing up. And
yeah, because because people, we think Clubhouse is so small, but it really be like different sides of the app.
Yeah. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, so listen, y'all. So y'all could definitely find Ty on Clubhouse. I want to go into because I feel like you got another talent too. I feel like you're a DJ. Like you better add that. He's a DJ, y'all.
Listen, I'm not a DJ, guys. I just know how to mix my songs and
yo, your music room, like literally, like I feel like we all be having like, how some people be like, I'm not a rapper, but then they perform in the mirror, or what I'm saying, they're like musically inclined. It don't mean you necessarily is gonna be Funk Flex tomorrow, but your mixes, like your music rooms are my favorite music rooms because the stuff that you put together is something that I would, and it's like the taste in music. Not everybody has that. You know what I'm saying? You're on a level where you could like do parties, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like if I do any type of big party, I'm hiring you as the DJ. I don't care if you tell me you a DJ or you not. He's a DJ, y'all.
I'm just missing soundboards and all that. If I would have had like certain equipment, I would have been.
If you get you a roadcaster, get you a board, get you a roadcaster, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be lit on Clubhouse. Because it's so funny. Because don't box yourself in like, oh, I'm Fly Ty, I'm the fashion guy. Nah, like your music rooms is popping. I love just vibing out in there. Tell the people a little bit about what you do on Clubhouse with your music room, the name of your music room, what you got going on in there.
So I actually got 3 clubs. My third club is Real Topics for Fly Ty. That's kind of where I just talk about anything that's pretty much going on, like world news, political news, pretty much anything opposite from what people used to talking about, to go have big rooms on Clubhouse, because I really don't care for the big rooms. I like to have valuable spaces to learn from people. So I kind of talk about like scamming IQs. And my third club also we talk about news topics. We talk about life hacks, phone hacks, Instagram scams that go on, tech scams.
How come I don't be in those rooms?
Because like we do the rooms in that club. Like that's the Real Topics room. You know what I'm saying?
And how come I'm not in there?
You gotta come in there.
I don't know when it's happening.
Every night I do a room in the Real Topics now, because my other clubs is actually built up. I actually had one of my fashion club was actually nominated in the top 10 fashion clubs in Clubhouse. I had
that's so ill.
5.4 thousand members in the Fashion Meets Music Club, which is my #1 club that I have, which I am the actual leading host on Clubhouse for that club. And I do rooms on there periodically, probably twice a week. And that's
What's
a
your
dope
name on
space.
Clubhouse?
Huh?
What's your name on Clubhouse? So I could put it up here real quick.
Fly Tie _ bands.
Fly Tie _ bands. BANDS or Z?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah,
Fly Tie
Fashion Meets
band.
Music. Yeah, Fashion Meets Music Club is just a club where I use all of my connections on and off the app that I've actually worked with and who I've done business with on the app, and I put them all together in one club for rising influencers and dope creatives and upcoming artists to actually build connections amongst each other, because fashion and music come together in real life. So I try to make it easier for everybody to do business together. So I don't just invite anybody to the rooms. I try to only invite people that's in a niche.
Yeah.
That way it could be more of a valuable space.
Absolutely.
So that's the fashion club, and the Music for Your Soul club. I've been actually building that since last summer, and I think I have about 2,400 members in there.
Yeah.
That club right there is based on old school stuff only. Like I only play like 80s, 90s.
Yep.
Sometimes I hit 2000s depending on the kind of people that's in the room. But,
yeah.
But I pretty much go way back to the 70s in that room. So you never know how I'm coming in there. I could come with anything. I'm pretty tapped into my music from way back. I could spice it up with some party music, probably throw a little reggae. It just depends on the mood. Everybody be jamming in there though. People be sleeping sometimes. People be having pandemic babies.
Yeah, yeah, because he be doing the slow jams and stuff, y'all. He be going in. That's dope. I was in there while I was preparing for the podcast, and I was enjoying the music.
I've been branding. Like all of my clubs is ringing the bell now. Like the Real Top is one that's ringing the bell now. It's just now starting to get a buzz because people got the PTRs everywhere now. So once I got them PTRs started, now everybody's repping the PTR, so people seeing the name pop up a lot now. So
I want a PTR. I'll rep your club.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got to do it. I thought you were trying to promote your podcast, so that's why I didn't.
I always rock my podcast, but you know what? I definitely will. Rock your club as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I do it for my peoples. You know what I'm saying on Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, I want to promote Angie's World podcast, but you know what I'm saying? I fuck with y'all.
You gotta come in there, like the rooms be very like you can learn stuff. Like in the Real Topic Club, I was talking about how to stop spam calls from people calling your cell phones. I had a room about the new screenshot hack where people take your pages from screenshotting your text messages.
What?
This is in the Real Topics Club. I had a room on that.
Wait, repeat what you said about people.
There's a new way that people hack your Instagram. They no longer make you click on links. Now they screenshot your text message to take your Instagram. And I had a whole. I have a room on that. You just got to be in the room.
Y'all better tune in because I mean, screenshot what text message? How do they see your text messages?
It's too much to explain on this. Like,
wow, y'all better tap in to
add the club, man.
Add him.
Fly Tie. I might do a room tonight. Depending on how late it get, I might do a room.
All right, bet. Listen, y'all, follow him. Fly Tie _ bands on Clubhouse. I'm saying all his stuff is going to be in the description. And then he's also on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow him.
I got 2 Instagrams. I got a TikTok. I got a YouTube channel which have about 3,000 subscribers on YouTube.
We're not going to talk about that YouTube though because we got a little bit of a surprise for them in the next segment. I don't want to ask you too much about what's going on in YouTube, but y'all gonna get to know Ty on a different level. Y'all better tune into part 2 because this is going to be coming out very soon, and then we're going to do a part 2 where we're going to get into something else. Your other talent, because you are very multi-talented, sir. And comedy. People gonna be blown away.
I do a lot. I do comedy at the comedy clubs, and I do fashion.
I didn't know you did comedy. I know you be having me dying, But I didn't know you did comedy.
I be cracking jokes. Like I'm a promoter for the comedy clubs, but I be cracking jokes. That's why I'm like one of the top selling promoters out there, because my jokes and my pitches and everything be grabbing people to buy the tickets. So I'm one of the top promoters out there, and like no lie, like I'm well respected out there for that club. Like well respected.
Do you want to plug the club?
LOL New York.
LOL New York.
Yeah, I've been working there for like 15 years. You know, we had Michael Blackson, we had Kevin Hart there, we had a lot of people. But I've been working there for a long time before the tattoos. You know, you guys can check that out. I also model. I act. I also do my own acting because, you know, I'm also a cosplayer, so I act as well. I do editing, videos, pictures.
We're going to get into some of your other talents in the next segment, so we don't want to give them too much about certain things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Ty is very multi-talented, as you can see. Model. So tell me,
I'm a brand ambassador. This is one of my homeboys' brands.
All right. You want to plug it in? What is it?
Yeah, LMN. Just add him on Instagram, LMN Apparel.
LMN Apparel, y'all. Go check it out. But you're not going to just graze over the fact that you a model. Hello. Can you explain to us how you got into that?
Anymore. I don't model no more, though. But, you know, I gained too much.
Once a model, always a model. You still have that experience on your resume.
I gained weight in the pandemic, so I'm trying to.
Who didn't? I gained 50 and lost 30 so far, but I gained 50 during the pandemic.
See, that's good. I gotta lose some more weight.
Good. That is not good, sir.
Yeah. You know, I'll be in Clubhouse gaining weight, so.
Yo, so tell me a little bit about the modeling. How did you get into that? Did it just naturally progress like that from fashion?
I always like taking pictures. This is before fashion. I just was taking pictures a lot. I'm very photogenic. You know, I don't take as much pictures anymore because I'm older now and I'm lazy as hell. I don't really want to do a lot of stuff no more. I don't even go to clubs no more. So I'm just.
Well, people. I mean, what do you mean, like strip clubs? Because the regular club scene been dead in New York.
I don't go to lounges or dance clubs or nothing. Like,
we gotta get Ty outside, y'all. We were talking about. We were talking about that on Clubhouse, having our New York meetup. Definitely before the summer is over, we got to get Ty back outside.
Hopefully, man. I might not even go nowhere for my birthday, surprisingly.
When's your birthday, Ty?
August 11th.
Oh, you a Leo?
My birthday's in a few more weeks.
Yo, that explains it. The extravagance of it all. That's Leo's. With the whole, you know, colors and the bling and the extravagant. Yeah, that's definitely Leo's. Yeah, okay, so make sure y'all hit up Ty for his birthday. Send him a Cash App.
Yeah, I'm just blessed to be alive.
Yeah, that's what's up, though. You want to tell the people how old you turning, or you want to just skip past that?
I'm turning 36.
He's a youngin', y'all. He talk like he's so old.
Yeah, I'm turning 36.
Hello. He's a baby. Talk about I'm getting old. I ain't going to the club. I'm old. You not. 36 is 2 years. Like you basically.
Listen, I only listen to old school music. I'm old.
I'd be surprised, yo, because you younger. You a couple years younger than me, but you be knowing some stuff from my generation and before that. And I'm like, you know this song? How you know this?
I like stuff that made me, you know, vibe out and bop. Like,
even though your generation is more Omarion and my generation was his brother Marcus Houston, immature.
No, my generation is the Aaliyah generation. That's my generation.
Yeah, that was my generation too.
Omarion is like, I'm an Aaliyah.
Because I was in college when B2K already came out.
Listen, when she died, I cried, man.
So did I.
That was the first singer I cried over.
Yo, Ty, when I tell you, people that know me in real life will tell you, on my graduation cake, on my high school graduation cake, my two favorite artists were on my cake, Aaliyah and Jay-Z. And I got Jay-Z up here. You see him?
Yeah.
I got Jay-Z up there, and Aaliyah was on my cake. It was a picture on my graduation cake of Aaliyah and Jay-Z. Favorite female R&B singer, favorite rapper. So I definitely felt it when Aaliyah died.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Listen, y'all, make sure before we get into these hot topics, make sure y'all follow Flytown Clubhouse. Make sure y'all tap in with Ty. And listen, I'm getting ready to ask you some questions. You ready to get into some hot topics real quick? Or is there anything else you want to tell the people about you and where to find you and what you're doing on Clubhouse before we move on to some hot topics?
No, let's go.
All right, bet. So, and speaking of people with money that do crazy stuff, tell me what you think about this. R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years and Ghislaine Maxwell 20 years. What you think about this story right here?
You said who? Say it again.
R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years and Ghislaine Maxwell 20 years. You know, Ghislaine, yeah, she was the lady who helped sex traffic the girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Damn, R. Kelly shit sound more like, I think his shit is more like he deserved that shit type shit. Cause like he had people suffering for mad years. Like he had people suffering since I was like a preteen. Like
it's crazy.
Like, his joint go deeper than probably that other person's shit. So he probably deserved the time he gained because I was like a baby when he was doing what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, his shit got a whole timeline. So I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with what they're saying. I mean,
how do you feel about listening to R. Kelly's music?
I mean, his music is gonna still slap. I'm black, man. I love the music.
Listen, I just requested a song in your room with R. Kelly and Changing Faces.
Yeah, I mean,
remember?
To this day, his music gonna bump regardless, man. If you just erase what he doing, you just listen to it and you just forget about what he did, the music is gonna always hit the same, no matter what day and age.
Yeah.
If I'm in the club and they play Step in the Name of Love, like black people's gonna sit there and dance. You think people gonna really be sitting on the side and let that shit play? They're gonna get on the floor and dance to that shit.
Yeah. I guess some people are so disgusted that they won't listen to his music anymore. And then I guess some people, like for me, I'm really disgusted of what he did, especially after watching that documentary on Lifetime. But then at the same time, I have to still listen. I don't know. I love his music. I can't help it.
He's the king of R&B.
He really is. He
Respectfully, he's the king of R&B. Who else is doing it like that?
Oh man. But I'm not going to keep you. We're going to go into serious. Roe versus Wade. Roe v. Wade. Do you know what's going on with that?
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
Roe versus Wade, that's basically the law in which in certain states abortions are prohibited. So Roe versus Wade was overturned in the 70s. And basically now, because of y'all favorite president, Donald Trump, putting people in the Supreme Court years ago and putting his people in position, they have now got to the point where they overturned Roe versus Wade, and it's illegal to have an abortion in some states. New York and California is going to remain safe states, and a couple other states. You can find a complete list online of where certain states that you can still have them legally, but in other states, it is completely.
Like people know what they're doing when they be having sex, man. Yeah, I feel like condoms don't even exist no more. Everybody just raw dogging. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's up to that person. Like they know what they're doing. Don't have a baby and then you're gonna leave the country. Like at the end of the day, you know you doing stuff with people raw. Like because I don't know when the last time people really like when the last time somebody left a house and like, yo, I forgot my condom in the crib. Like you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, in my time, when you forget a condom, that would hurt your whole day. And you're like, damn, I forgot my condom in the crib. But now everybody's doing it. Like everybody's fucking. And then you got a girl that's in the moment, like that's horny for the moment. So now they just want to have a baby because they're horny for that moment. And then it's like when you have the baby, now you don't want it. Like sometimes it's like we're in a different generation. Like
so are you pro-choice or pro-abortion should be illegal? Because now because some places now you can't even get an abortion.
Honestly, in this day and age, I think abortion should be illegal. You know what I'm saying?
And who's going to take care of the kids then? Financially?
Because I feel like if this was in the mid 90s when I was like in junior high school and shit, it was more like strategic to have a baby. Now, everybody and their mother having it. So it's like, you you shouldn't just be wanting to do it just because you want to trap a person or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? And then females is not even being smart. They just like loose with everything that they doing on social media. Everybody just loose with everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's no longer strategic no more to have a baby.
Yeah.
Everybody just having babies. So it's
I find that very sad. And I also find it sad that the law could tell a woman that it's illegal for them to make a choice on whether or not with their body.
Like, I feel like that's the part that's right. Like a female, it should be up to a female to make their own decisions and not somebody saying for them what to do.
Right. Because check it out.
Females,
you could be using birth control. Let's say a woman has an IUD in, right? And that's, birth control is supposed to be 98, 99% effective, right? So they're using birth control and they have sex with somebody and they still get pregnant. They've already made the decision that they didn't want to have a kid, which is why they're using birth control. They still got pregnant on birth control. Now a state is going to say it's illegal for a woman to terminate a pregnancy.
Yeah, that's because, a story. That's a whole different story, though.
But that's what I'm saying. They got in certain states, it's illegal no matter what. So a person could be practicing safe sex and still get pregnant and then can't get an abortion. Can you imagine that?
If you get somebody pregnant and they got 2 twins, then that's a whole other story.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy to me. But I just wanted to get your opinion on what you thought about that.
Just the generation we live in. Like everything just seemed like it's too easy to do this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Tell me your opinion on this, Ty, and then we're gonna one more topic, and then we're gonna go into speaking of which, you know what? I'm gonna pivot from Roe versus Wade to this topic here, right? Tell me what you think about this. Do you think women are too aggressive nowadays?
What you mean, like aggressive? How?
There's always these rooms on Clubhouse, how to get women to submit. Women aren't resting in their feminine energy. Women want to be the man. Women want to make the money. They don't want to submit to the men. I've heard guys on different social media platforms say women are in my DMs trying to holla at me, trying to court me. Women don't know how to be the women anymore.
Everything falls back to the music. It's the music.
Explain.
It's the people that they listen to. I mean, girls wouldn't have this influence to do that if it wasn't for the people that they watch every day. You know what I'm saying? They watch TV shows, they watch Love and Hip Hop, they listen to City Girls. These are people that have an impact on the people that's outside. Like, they have an impact on those type of people. So people look at that and they feel like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like they feel like it's cool to get their bodies and they feel like it's cool to show their vagina on social media. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything seems cool. So they're going to do that. And they're going to told the guys to disrespectful and get what they want out of them because that's how the music videos and how the rap artists that's female show you that's right to do. You know what I'm saying? But because us guys don't listen to that shit, we looking at the shit like, damn, she's mad aggressive because guys like us don't listen to City Girls. We don't listen to shit like that. But we hear about it, but we don't watch Love and Hip Hop and all that. But we know that that's the people that girls look up to, and they act like that.
And y'all listen to different things that influence y'all in certain ways. Like women may listen, younger women.
I mean, honestly, it depends on how you came up because I didn't come up in this generation, so I don't look up to none of these people. But it depends on your upbringing. Like the females in this generation is different.
Yeah.
If you're a female from my background, you're not gonna act like these other girls that's out right now.
But we're also older and more mature. Yeah. The City Girls are in their 20s. They're not even 30 yet. They're in their early 20s. Like, they're a bunch of 20-year-olds. Of course, 20-year-olds are going to act like that, and you got 40-year-olds thinking that they're going to listen to 22-year-old girls talk about how they're supposed to live their life. They're fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? At 20, what were you doing? 21, 22? These girls aren't even 25 yet. Cardi B just turned 26, 27. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole lot different, man. Because, like, it's just different. The girls is way different now because back then I was 19 years old dating a 29-year-old because the game was just different back then. But if I was to talk to that girl in this day and age, I probably would never be able to get that type of female.
No, absolutely
because now
not.
the girls that's 29 now, they're not gonna no guy that's 19 or 20.
No,
They trying to get somebody
absolutely
either
not.
older or who got way more than them. But back then, it's like if you was a pretty boy and you just had a few tattoos and you had your cornrows and the girl is older than you, you could pull her like it's nothing. Like, but that's how I was pulling them. Like I was just pulling them. Like, but now it's like, you know, in this day and age, you gotta be a scammer, have a look about you.
That's wild.
It's different.
Yeah, it's people's priorities are just I don't know, man. I'm glad that
It was just different back then. Like I was never single back in the day. Like, I was getting girls mad quick. Like now you can't just talk to any female these days because you don't know what's their intentions with you. Like,
right.
I'd rather be single at this point. Like,
yeah. So do you think in your personal life that women are too aggressive? How do you feel like, what do you think personally? You know what I'm saying about it? Do you think that
I wouldn't say they're aggressive. They just got some manly things about them that they just tired of the BS.
And what would your advice to women be?
My advice to women?
Yeah.
I can't really give a woman advice if I'm not a female, but
no, from a man's point of view. Like if they trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you know how you see people like Kevin Samuels telling women what they doing wrong, and let me give you advice rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. But
everybody's entitled to their opinion. Me personally, I don't worry about these females. You know, I focus on myself, and I feel like the right girl's gonna come. You know, females are just aggressive because of how guys approach them 90% of the time. So.
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad a guy said that. Wake that up, please.
At the end of the day, I'll be in my own lane. Like I don't be paying nobody. That's why I don't be in no drama on Clubhouse because I be minding my business.
But your ass be listening.
Yeah, of course. I be listening, man, because females be crazy when they argue. You know what I'm saying? I just be minding my own damn business. You ain't about to be getting me doxxed.
Yo, Ty, they be wilding on Clubhouse now. Like, listen, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool because I meet dope people, you know what I'm saying? Get my connections, take them off Clubhouse. Like, that whole stuff that be going on is insane with the doxing. And we just got to do a whole other podcast on the craziness of Clubhouse at this moment. I really hope that the craziness has like a peak and then it goes back to normal. Like, I hope it just hits a peak where it's just like, all right, we can't get any more crazy. Let's just, we can only go down from here. Because it's at the point where I'm just like, what is happening?
That's a whole nother thing, man. I'm done with Clubhouse. Like, I'm like, for me to be 2 years in on the app and never got in a situation on that joint, that I'm thankful.
And for you to be a Leo, because you know Leos are dramatic and y'all be all about drama.
Like we be in our own spaces. Like you see, I be in my room with 10 people. I be vibing. Like I don't really care to be in big rooms. See, these people be focused on big rooms that they gotta destroy other people that have a big room, and then they get themselves caught up in shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of that going on, but make sure y'all follow Fly Ty on Clubhouse. Make sure you do that. And this is before we get into a game. I just wanted to touch on one more thing that I feel like I want to know what you think about the mass shooting situation worldwide.
It's white people. They mentally messed up.
But not even when I say mass shooting, I don't even mean like the crazy white kids that's shooting up the school. I'm talking about like there was a mass shooting in Harlem for Father's Day. There's literally like there was a mass shooting in Chicago. There's a mass like it's one after another, and it's just like
you gotta people not getting love and people not getting attention that they want, so they gotta find a way to stay relevant. It's kind of like on Clubhouse when you make a room coming at somebody, that's a mass shooting. That's a room.
Yeah.
It's a big room just dissing somebody because you want to get attention.
Yeah.
The rooms on Clubhouse is mass shooting.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. And it's a lot of copycats with these mass shootings. They just want to be famous in any way possible. And it's a little bit, I feel like if you really want to unpack it, it's definitely it's definitely a gap between mental health and the police system as well.
Yeah.
Because you see, like a lot of these mass shooters, they'll talk crazy, they'll get evaluated by a mental health person and then discharge, and then you don't hear nothing from them until they come back and mass shoot up the whole place. And I don't want to laugh. I'm just looking at Ty and he's laughing. So listen, this is not funny.
This should be crazy.
Stop. Listen, this is not funny. All right, y'all. Sorry, he's making me laugh, y'all. No, in all seriousness, what do you think the answer to this is? If you had to be a politician or part of, you know, a person making laws, what do you think?
If I was more than a law, she said.
If you were part of, like, you know, if you were part of the people who make the laws, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Or if you were a politician, what would your suggestion be that's gonna cut this down? Stop selling guns? Do you think you would invest more money into like underground cut? Like, what do you think the answer is?
Damn, it depends on where the mass shootings are happening at.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's start with New York. What's going on in New York?
I haven't really seen a mass shooting out here.
Remember we had that mass shooting with that crazy guy in the train station where he threw the smoke bombs and he shot up the place. Then we had the other mass shooting in Harlem for the Father's Day barbecue where somebody shot 9 people. Then there was another one. It's like constant in New York.
We don't got no control over that though. Sure, anybody could do anything at any moment. You just got to have your eyes and ears open.
Do you think that stop and frisk should come back?
Nah, because people's already doing stop and frisk.
I think stop and frisk should come back. Everybody should get thrown up against the wall and patted down. I don't care who you are, because this is crazy.
It's already, people are already getting stopped and frisked by robbers every day.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
People getting robbed every day in New York.
That's the thing. You got to worry about regular crime, like the regular street criminals.
People need to just stay their ass in the crib.
Yeah.
I learned the hard way. Stay your ass in the crib. You don't got to be outside that bad in this pandemic. Stay your ass home. If I was outside the way I used to be outside, something probably would have been happening to me.
Yeah.
I'll stay my ass in the crib.
Yeah.
This is the safest place to be in your house.
Do you think New York is reverting back to the 80s? Crime-wise?
I never lived in the 80s, but from what I heard,
what the stories that you heard?
What I heard in the 80s is that a lot of stuff that I'm seeing now is what used to go down. People seeing drugs in their arms in the street in broad daylight.
Oh, absolutely. I was born in 82. And I remember by the late 80s, which was the crack era was the 80s, right? I remember like in the late 80s traveling with my parents and like being on the train and just seeing nothing but crack vials on the floor. And you know what I'm saying? Like people, you couldn't even wear jewelry on the subway because when crack hit,
right now,
that's what I'm saying. Like when crack hit New York City, it wiped away a whole generation of people into zombies. So everybody was like hungry zombies in New York, just looking for that next hit. So you was getting robbed on the trains, chain snatched, crack files everywhere. And the crime was at such an all-time high. I hear a lot of adults that's older than me saying that they feel like New York now is reverting back to how it was in the 80s.
That's true.
So I don't know, y'all, but just make sure y'all stay safe. All right, Ty, so I'm not going to keep you here all night. You want to go into a little game real quick before you get up out of here?
Yeah, we could do a game. It don't matter.
All right, or you need to step away for a second and
Nah, I need to get some air because it's hot in here.
All right, Ty getting some air real quick. All right, so you can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, bet. All right, so I want to do a little game real quick. Just a couple questions. This game is called This or That, or I like to call it Would You Rather, right? Yeah. So, would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
How much is the lottery though?
I don't know. $5 million.
Well, honestly, money could last you a lifetime depending on how you use it. I mean, love could be temporary in this day and age depending on the female that you're dating. So I mean, At least a smart person can make the money, make them live longer. You know what I'm saying? But a female, it takes a strong female for you to last long as money.
So what is your choice? True love today or the lottery next year?
True love is that's like one in a million. So I'll choose the lottery because true love is not guaranteed these days.
Okay. All right. Movies, Players Club or Friday?
Players Club. I love Lisa Ray.
All right.
Well, back in the day, yeah.
Sports, football or basketball?
Basketball. I got basketball tatted on me.
All right. Fashion or music?
Fashion or music? Fashion.
Okay. Chronically underdressed or overdressed? So that means
I'm a Leo. Overdressed.
Yeah, that's true. Never be able to go out during the day or never be able to go out at night?
At night, because it's dangerous in New York.
Lounge by the pool or by the beach?
By the pool. I ain't getting bitten by no sharks.
Oh, gosh. Wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for a week?
Socks. Underwear because we sweat.
All right. So your girl, best friend, her best friend is a person of the opposite sex or she's still good friends with her ex?
What?
You have to pick one. Your girl, right? Best friends. She's best friends with a person of the opposite sex, or she's still good friends with her ex. You got to pick one.
Well, it would have to be the opposite sex because that best. Once you're done with your ex, there's none of that. If you have feelings at one point in time, you're trying to be friends and be with me. That's a no go.
Right. I agree.
Don't play that shit. I'm a Leo, man. I don't play that.
Oh yeah, Leo's. Yeah, trust me. Leo's crazy. I dated a Leo before, and I know how they are. Back when I was in my 20s, they crazy. All right, y'all. Watch nothing but Hallmark Christmas movies or nothing but horror movies?
Horror. I'm Muslim, so I don't celebrate Christmas. So.
Okay. All right, last question. Hip hop or R&B?
R&B all day.
Okay. All right. Well, Ty, this is going to conclude. This is going to conclude our first part of the little, 2-part interview that we're doing. So, one more time, thank you so much for joining me here on my podcast. I really appreciate you stopping by and showing support and taking the time out of your day to do this. We was actually supposed to do this yesterday, y'all, but I had such a bad cough. Y'all wouldn't have wanted to hear me on here coughing.
Better though.
Thank you so much. I took a COVID test, y'all. I'm COVID free. I just had a dry cough, but I'm so glad that I feel better now.
Monkeypox free. Let's go.
Monkeypox. Oh no.
Monkeypox free too. Let's go.
Yes, and monkeypox too. Yo, wasn't that? I think Ty had me on YouTube. Look, was that you that had me on YouTube looking at the monkeypox? Was that you?
Probably. I don't remember.
Yo, Ty be bugging out, y'all. Make sure y'all.
TikTok.
I don't know, y'all. Make sure y'all follow Ty on all platforms. Let me go back into his Instagram real quick. So he's Fly Ty Bands with 2 underscores. Make sure y'all check him out and see what he got going on. He got this hit. Yes, make sure you do that. He got a hidden talent. We're about to see what's popping for part 2. But y'all gotta tune in next week for that. Make sure y'all tap in. Thank you for watching season 2. Episode 1 of Angie's World podcast. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with me watching my podcast. And for that, I love you. My name is Angie. That's Fly Ty. And we out of here. 1. Deuces.